I'm Michelle Vesarina reporting for Florida's Voice. A South Florida lawsuit is being watched closely by condo owners, their associations, realtors, lenders, and developers. It all centers on a case out of South Florida where the building is old, vacant, and everyone sold their units to a new developer who wants to knock it down and build something new. Everyone except 10 people who are holdouts and fighting the terminations of their contracts. Biscayne 21 sits on prime oceanfront real estate. You can't tell from the outside, but this building is vacant and actually in terrible condition. There's already a buyer. Problem is 10 condo owners are refusing to sell their units and then sued the developers who already completed a bulk buyout of the property to develop new housing. Florida Representative Vicky Lopez said condo terminations are a common occurrence for older buildings like Biscayne 21, which is 60+ years old, and many of the owners didn't have the money needed to make repairs to bring the building up to code.
Building, if you saw it today, it's completely empty. There's no work that's being done on it, but you can see how very old it is, and how you could almost estimate how many repairs would have to be made in order to bring that building up to code. And so those 10 owners, in essence, held the rest of the owners hostage, as well as the developer.
The 10 owners, who represent only 5% of the building, claim Two Roads Development unlawfully reduced the termination threshold in the owner's original agreement documents, which says 100% of unit owners must agree in order to sell and terminate. Now in Florida, there is what's called Kaufman language. If the language is in a contract, it means the agreement required among condo owners goes from 100% to 80%. But that Kaufman language was not in Biscayne 21's original agreement.
But what they did not see is that there is a statutory area that says economic waste. You can actually come down to 80% if there is an economic waste argument made, which is just this one, meaning there's no way for the owners to be able to come up with the kind of money they would need in order to keep the building, built up to code and safe to inhabit.
Now the developers who thought they made a good deal with this property are stuck in limbo.
This particular developer, who in good faith negotiated with the condo board, purchased all the units, made offers to the 10 people that decided they didn't want to take the offer, but now they're stuck. They've bought all the units. They can't redevelop the property. And the owners, those 10, are asking for hundreds of millions of dollars in damages.
Lopez says these type of condo terminations basically give property owners the right to sell and get out while they still can. She said this ruling favoring the 10 owners can impact every condo owner in the state.
So now, well, imagine across the state with property insurance going up, structural integrity reserve studies being mandated, you have assessments for both that as well as your deferred repairs and maintenance. There are going to be a lot of buildings with a lot of people in it that could be retirees who are not going to be able to afford to live there and who may want to exercise the same option the 95% exercised to get out of the building. But now with this ruling, it could mean that one person could hold out and then you're stuck, which is, in my case, it's a dangerous precedent.
If the developer fails to secure a rehearing, they have reportedly pledged to escalate the case to the Florida Supreme Court. Lopez says if the courts don't reverse this ruling, she's going to take legislative action, which wouldn't take place until the 2025 legislative session in March. She said this case could cause property rights issues for thousands of those in the condo industry, whether you're a buyer, seller, developer, lender, or realtor. I'm Michelle Vesarina for Florida's Voice.